Perfect. So anyway, what we're going to do today, we've had a look at the different types of cell division. And what we're going to look at, so in those two types of cell division, one is for asexual reproduction, which is mitosis. One for sexual reproduction, which is meiosis. And today we look at the advantages and the disadvantages of each one. Now, I think this is really important. It's really important to look at how as humans we behave. And it all, and I like to recap certain things. So what is reproduction? It's how animal and plants make new versions of themselves. This is how a species stays alive and does not go extinct. And it's true. It's how a population, a group of individuals of the same species maintain the population. All right, so what we had to look at was sexual reproduction and meiosis. But here now let's have a look at the advantages and disadvantages. And I like to look at humans, but this is true of animals and plants. For sexual reproduction, you need two parents, mum and dad. Each one provides a special cell. I'm going to put a word in there. They are called gametes. I've used it before, but I just think I'll throw it in. I got hiccups. When these two cells join together, fertilization, they start to grow into a new baby. And it's irrelevant to species. And again, it's easier to understand with humans, but be careful. This is true even of plants. Seeds are new baby plants. All right, now the advantages, the good things. The babies are all a little bit different. That's called variation. And again, we can see it easier in human populations. Everybody's unique. Genetically, everybody's unique, except for twins, triplets, and, well, identical twins and such. All right, but everyone's different. And because they're different, if a disease pops up or the weather changes, some of them might be strong enough to survive. And there's a really interesting personal experience of mine with disease. I got malaria when I was a bit older than you, but I have a friend who's completely immune to malaria. So those are kind of good things. So as a population, so if you think if malaria suddenly everyone caught malaria, then those people who are immune would survive, so humans wouldn't go extinct. Doesn't help me, I'd be dead. But the point is the species wouldn't go extinct. The bad things, the disadvantage, it takes a lot of time and energy for sexual reproduction. And I think a really good example of that is the bird of paradise. There are many birds of paradise. They have to put so much energy into their coloration. The males do. They have to do a dance. They have to build a nest. They have to sing songs. So it's a lot of energy finding a mate. And the disadvantages are that if there's the Galapagos, I think it's a Galapagos giant tortoise. There's one of them left, and there is no way it can reproduce. It can't. Okay. Now, asexual reproduction is different. You only need one parent. Right? They make a copy of themselves and they are identical. It's like a twin, but I prefer the term clone. They are clones of their parent. The good thing is very, very fast, meaning if there's lots and lots of food and there's an organism and it can clone itself, it will just make a million of itself. One plant or a tiny bug can make hundreds of babies in a very short time by asexual reproduction. It saves a lot of energy because you don't have to look for a partner. Right, the bad things. And this is what I think is really important where you look at science and you look at the impact of what people do. And I mean humans, I don't mean you guys. Because all the babies are genetic clones, they're exactly the same. They'll have the same weaknesses. If a disease comes and it will kill the parent, it will kill all babies too. Now, if you look at this picture here, this is part of the part of the Amazonian rainforest. And it looks pretty like, dude, that's green. Yeah, it is. However, what they did was chop out all the different trees. So the Amazon rainforest is made of thousands of different species of trees. This is one. This is palm oil for making palm oil. So what happens is every single tree is identical. And if one disease comes up that attacks palm oil, just one single disease, palm oil, it will kill all the trees. Every single one. But dead. All right. And that's really, really important. So when you have no variation, one disease, and they're all clones, one disease comes along, it will kill everything. There's no variation. We also looked, I'm going very quickly through this one, strawberry plants do both. They make seeds, that's sexual reproduction, so they have flowers, and they have gametes. But then they also have these runners that allow them to clone themselves. Okay. Daffodils are really cool. I've got a little image of them. These are daffodils. So if you plant and onions, if you plant a daffodil one year, it'll start growing. So here we've got a big daffodil plant. Whee! That's my daffodil plant. It looks so horrible. Looks like it's going to eat someone. So it grows a lateral. Lateral means to the side. Bud means that little bud there. And at the end of the year, the daffodil dies down, but now you've got these two buds. And next year, you'll get two plants, mummy plant and baby plant next to it. These are identical clones. Potatoes are really cool. They grow potatoes, not so we can make chips, but so the plant can store energy. What happens with potatoes is at the end of the year, at autumn, these all die. They're dead. But the potato stays underground. And the following year, they get little buds on them. And you'll see this if you've left the potato, or you've forgotten a potato down the back of the drawer somewhere. I've done it and I've been told off. And you see little buds growing on it. Each bud will turn into a new potato plant, but they are identical. Okay. As per usual, year 8, my first 10 questions here are based on everything I've said. So all you got to do is, if you've got, oh my God, I can't remember that, just go back through this. Reading in science is exceptionally important. And then you move on to the medium questions. Right, they get a bit tougher, and the harder ones are, oh my God, they're difficult. Well, but they are harder than the easy ones. Okay. Okie dokie.